Let's go over to Tel Aviv. We can speak to Naftali Bennett, who's the leader of the Jewish Home Party and also Minister of Education. Naftali Bennett, thank you very much indeed for joining us. I fully understand the rationale behind metal detectors, given the killings of 2 police officers, a week ago. Nonetheless, our understanding is that your security advisors, the army as well, are among those who said, let's remove those, perhaps in the name of calm of the situation. So why are they still there?
Well, we need to defend everyone that wants to worship on Temple Mount. You know, there's Muslims there, there's Jews. It's one of the most sensitive places on earth. And a week ago today, Muslim radical terrorists went in and murdered 2 Israeli policemen after smuggling in rifles. The only way that we can defend ourselves is by placing those metal detectors. And I think that you realize that there's metal detectors in the Vatican, there are metal detectors in Western Wall, at Westminster, in Mecca. There's no reason that we can't maintain the metal detectors in the entrance to Temple Mount.
Right, but fine. In which case, you have the metal detectors. Why do you need to then bar all Muslim men from going there to pray if they happen to be under the age of 50?
This is a temporary ban. It's a common practice after
I suppose I need to ask you then, how long is temporary?
We know the Palestinians, a matter of a couple of days, but you know, as long as the Palestinians are trying to encourage a day of rage and terrorist attacks, we're going to have to see how things go. It's our interest to keep the Temple Mount open for everyone, and I repeat, the Temple Mount is open. Folks who want to go in and pray and worship can do it right now, but they are, on purpose, staying outside in order to create rage and tension. We're not going to give up on this. The metal detectors are vital for everyone's security.
Right. Well, we could go back and forth, couldn't we, on the reason for a day of rage at this point, because their argument clearly is that you are blocking a large number of people who want to go and pray there. Let's not do that, though. Let's go back to the point of Shin Bet, of your own security officials and experts and the army saying, we don't need the metal detectors, or even if we do, this is a very good time to remove them. And that would ease the tensions rather than heighten them.
What would you do if you had a series of murderers outside Westminster? You have metal detectors there. For heaven's sake, they have metal detectors
in Mecca, with great respect, Minister, we would probably expect our government to listen to our security experts.
I suggest that you let us run our country and you run your TV show, because we need to provide security to our citizens and to the millions of Muslims, Jews, and Christians that worship in the holiest area in the world, which is the ancient city. Our police says clearly that we need those metal detectors, that there are no alternatives. If you have some magic wand that can prevent a murder attack that we had last week from reoccurring, you know, speak up and I'll be willing to listen. But as long as we don't have an alternative, that's what we're doing.
Okay, fine. I hear what you're saying there. I hope that your security officials do as well. But can I ask you this also? You do appreciate that there is anxiety, that this sort of long-standing convention, understanding about the way in which access to these sites works, is being chipped away by this government. That is an anxiety which is being expressed by Palestinians, by Muslims, not by me. How do you reassure them that that is not the case?
Well, read my lips. Temple Mount is open. It's open for prayers. It's open for any person who wants to worship any Muslim. Yes, because of the day of rage today, there's a temporary dilution of the number of people, but that'll be removed the moment we see things are quiet. I'll just remind you that until a week ago, things were calm. What happened a week ago was a premeditated terrorist attack that murdered 2 Israeli policemen. That's what started all of this. We want to put it behind us, but we are the sovereign people responsible for everyone's security. I think you understand as well as I that there's no alternative but to secure the most sensitive location on earth.
Naftali Bennett, thanks very much indeed for giving us some of your time here on GMT.